following Okupe's resignation as a result of his conviction, the Labour Party has been kind of thrown into a quandary over who takes over the mantle of leadership for its Director General. Do you feel with Mr. Okupe out, the Obi Dirty campaign has suffered some avoidable blow?
No doubt it's a blow because Okupe was someone that he trusted so much to the point of making him a surrogate vice presidential candidate, somebody who held the position for him for some time before that he was eventually chosen. So no doubt that was talking about someone that Obi believes so much in, and someone that he felt was fiercely loyal to him, and to the point that he had his trust in making him a surrogate vice presidential candidate. You can only use someone that you can trust for such a position, for such a role, and to lose such a person in the manner in which he lost him is difficult to take. But I believe that the Obi Dirty team has enough committed, bright, and loyal people, if not even people more loyal and more morally upright than Doyin Okupe. So within their ranks, I'm sure they should be able to find someone to fit into that role. Now, of course, all kinds of things will be considered. Ethnicity is one of them. He wants the votes from the Southwest, so I won't be surprised if he looks for someone from the Southwest to take up that role. But you also need someone with experience, and Doyin Okupe has experience in spades, having worked for Obasanjo for many years, having been one of the key figures in the PDP for years. So he will be looking for someone that is sellable, someone who can sell him, and someone who has experience in these matters, who has been involved in elections in our country, who has seen it all. And no one can doubt Okupe's experience, both in public service and as a politician. But he had to go, and people say, oh, it looked like a witch hunt. There is nothing like witch hunt there. He had the choice to refund the money that he received. Some made refunds. I know individuals who refunded the monies that they got from the former National Security Advisor, but he elected to allow the trial to happen. The trial happened, and he's been duly convicted. He's lucky that the judgment was lenient. It's lucky. He could have gone to jail, but the judge listened to the plea of his son and his wife, and the judge agreed to temper justice with mercy. Otherwise, he would have been cooling his heels, maybe at Kuje prisons at this time. So, nothing like a witch hunt. The trial didn't start yesterday. The trial started a long time ago. So, all the rubbish about him being witch hunted and all that is just what it is. Absolute rubbish, nothing to it. The law must take its course. In this case, Obi has, Okupe has been made to pay for the offense that he committed. The law is clear. You have to use a banking instrument. You have to pass through the bank if you are to receive money that huge. Anything in excess of 5 million naira, you have to pass through the banks. But in this case, you got as much as 200 million cash. It's crazy. It's only in our country that money that high will pass from hand to hand without going through the banking system. Because when it goes through the banking system, it enables the EFCC to be able to track the money. They'll be able to follow the money. So our politicians know what they are doing when they opt for cash instead of allowing the money to pass through a bank, or instead of using a banking instrument to make such a transaction, to make such a transfer. So Okupe was duly convicted. Whoever says his case is a case of witch hunt doesn't know what he's talking about.
So let me quickly take this comment from Tony Goodman, Olatunji rather, who said the way obedient rollout campaign in defense of Doyin Okupe after he was convicted shows that APC, PDP, and Labour Party have a lot of similarities. And then Fabian Akeze says, how can Nigerians celebrate Doyin Okupe's resignation when he committed a criminal offense? How can we always move the post because of the individuals involved? Justice was not served at all. How do you react to that?
It's both right and wrong, in my view. There's nothing to celebrate in a convict resigning his position. That it took him so long to even resign is a shame. On Journalist Hangout, we were saying on the day of his conviction that by now he should have resigned. He should have resigned instantly. But it took a while. Maybe he was consulting, but why would you consult? It's a very straightforward thing. You've been convicted. Your conviction will tar your party with a bad brush. So you have no choice. You have to leave so that they can find someone else without without any blemish, who will now continue from where you stopped. No one wants to see somebody who is convicted carrying on as a campaign director of a political party that wants to win an election. You know, to isolate your supporters and give them the feeling that you are not different from other parties. And for Obi to be agonizing over what happened up to the point that it did is something that made me really disappointed. It's happened. Get on with the job. Get him out of the way. Find someone else. It's no big deal. Doyin Okupe is not irreplaceable. And talking about what Fabian said, I still believe that our law against money laundering must be stronger. If someone can receive 200 million and then you allow the option of fine, and he paid that money in quick fire time, it means that justice was not really served in the real sense of the word. He's on record now that he's a convict. So you could say, yes, that's justice. But he didn't have to stay in prison even for one day. Before 4:30, he found a way to raise the money, and he left. He walked into freedom. So I think Fabian is right to an extent that the law should have been better, and those hailing don't know what they are doing, and there is nothing. It's not a hero by resigning. He's not a hero. In fact, for committing the offense in the first place, denies him any claim to being a hero. So I want to see a lot more of them, put on trial and jailed. I hope that we can tighten up our anti-corruption laws to deny people the option of fine, to deny people the option of simply returning part of their loot and walking into freedom. That has to stop. Someone like the Accountant General of the Federation now, they've announced to us that he has made some reforms. I won't be surprised if at the end of the day, we get into a kind of negotiation with him that permits him to return some of his loot in exchange for freedom. And that's crazy. It shouldn't be happening. For committing the offense in the first place, you deserve some time in jail, even if you refund part of what you have stolen, because you are never going to return everything. You must have invested some of the money. So simply allowing people to walk into freedom for making some refunds is not what we want to see. And we cannot develop as a country if this kind of abhorrent behavior continues.